The I Ching's Wealth Wisdom, From Ancient Insights to Modern Financial Freedom. Chapter 4. Li Dui Finding Joy, Purpose and Abundance. Li Fire, Clarity of Purpose and the Power of Branding. Li is the hexagram of fire, 3 solid lines and 3 broken lines, alternating, like flames that shine bright and clear. It represents clarity, visibility, and purpose. Li reminds us that wealth without purpose is empty. If you're building a business, a career, or a portfolio just to make money, you'll burn out. But if you have a clear purpose, something that lights you up, you'll have the energy to keep going, even when things get hard. Fire is bright and visible, light doesn't hide. Similarly, Li teaches us that to build meaningful wealth, we need to be clear about our purpose and make it visible to others. It's about knowing why we do what we do and sharing that why with the world. This is the essence of personal branding, not about being famous, but about being known for something specific. When people think of your niche, your values, or your mission, they should think of you. Li's energy is about illumination. It's about shining a light on your unique gifts, your passions, and your purpose. When you're clear about your purpose, every decision becomes easier. You know what opportunities to say yes to, what to say no to, and how to align your actions with your values. And when you make your purpose visible, people are drawn to your customers, clients, colleagues, and opportunities flow into your life because they resonate with your why. Real story. Sam, 35, worked in sales for a fast fashion clothing company in Los Angeles. He made good money, 6 figures a year, but he hated his job. He joined the company right out of college, drawn to the high salary and the promise of growth. But over time, he realized he was selling something he didn't believe in. The company used cheap, toxic materials, exploited workers in developing countries, and produced clothing that ended up in landfills after a few wears. I felt like I was selling my soul. He says, every time I made a sale, I felt guilty. I was making money, but I wasn't making a difference. I was miserable. Sam had always been passionate about sustainability, recycled, composted, and bought secondhand clothes. He dreamed of starting his own clothing brand that was sustainable, ethical, and affordable, but he'd never acted on it. I was scared. He says, I didn't have any experience running a business, and I didn't want to give up my stable salary, but I was so unhappy that I knew I had to do something. One weekend, Sam went on a camping trip with his friend, Beg, who was a yoga teacher and I Ching enthusiast. I'm stuck, Sam told him. I hate my job, but I don't know how to start my own brand. Jake suggested he cast a hexagram. Ask about your purpose. He said. Sam did, and he got Li. Li is fire, Jake explained, as they Saturday around the campfire. It's about clarity and illumination. You need to be clear about your purpose. Do you want to start this clothing brand? It's not just about making sustainable clothes. What's the deeper we? And then, you need to make the purpose visible, share it with the world. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Sam thought about Jake's words. He spent the next month reflecting on his purpose. He wrote in a journal every night. Why do I care about sustainability? Because I want to protect the planet for future generations. Why do I want to make affordable, sustainable clothes? Because right now, sustainable fashion is only accessible to people with money. I want everyone to have the option to buy clothes that are good for the planet and good for workers. His purpose became clear: to make sustainable, ethical clothing accessible to everyone regardless of income. This wasn't just a business idea, it was a mission. Sam quit his job. He saved 6 months of living expenses first, thanks to Kuhn's wisdom, and started working on his brand, which he named I Ching. Sam used Li's principles. 1. Clarity. He made his purpose the foundation of everything. He wrote it on his website, his business plan, and even his business cards. Every product he designed, every decision he made, aligned with his purpose. 2. Visibility. He shared his story and his mission everywhere. He started an Instagram account where he posts behind-the-scenes photos of his production process, showing how his clothes were made with organic cotton, fair wage labor, and zero waste practices. He wrote blog posts about the environmental impact of fast fashion and how his brand was different. He even spoke at local sustainability events, sharing his journey and his mission. 3. Authenticity. He was honest about his challenge, didn't pretend to be a perfect sustainable brand. He shared when he made mistakes, when he struggled to find affordable organic materials, and when he had to adjust his pricing. People appreciated his transparency and connected with his authenticity. At first, sales were slow. Sam sold only a few pieces a week, and he worried he'd made a mistake, but he stayed true to his purpose. He didn't cut corners to save money, refused to use non-organic materials or exploit workers. He kept sharing his mission, and slowly, people started to notice. A local sustainability blog featured I Ching, and sales spiked. Then, a TikTok influencer shared his clothes and his story, and his followers grew by 10,000 overnight. Today, I Ching has a loyal following. Customers love that they can buy stylish, affordable clothes that align with their values. Sam has hired 5 employees, and he's making more money than he did in sales. Lee taught me that purpose is my superpower. Sam says, when I'm clear about why I'm doing what I'm doing, everything else falls into place. Money is just a byproduct of doing something I love and making a difference. That's the kind of wealth that feels good. It's not just about the money, it's about the impact. How to use Lee in your life. Define your why. Ask yourself, what's my purpose? Why do I want to build wealth? What difference do I want to make in the world? It could be providing for your family, supporting a cause you care about, or creating a business that solves a problem. Write your purpose down in one sentence and keep it somewhere you can see it in your phone, your desk, or your mirror. Let it guide every money decision you make. Make your purpose visible. Share your why with the world. If you're a freelancer, talk about why you love your work on your website or social media. If you're an employee, share your values with your colleagues and manager. Let them know what motivates you. If you're an investor, focus on companies that align with your purpose. This is called impact investing. The more visible your purpose is, the more opportunities will come your way. Align your actions with your purpose every time you're faced with a money decision. Taking a job, starting a business, investing in a company. Ask yourself, does this align with my purpose? If the answer is no, say no. If the answer is yes, say yes. This will help you avoid burnout and build wealth that feels meaningful. Be authentic. Lee is about shining bright, but you don't have to be perfect. Be honest about your journey, your struggles, your mistakes, and your progress. People connect with authenticity, not perfection. When you're real, people trust you, and trust leads to loyalty from customers, clients, and colleagues. DUI, Lake, Joy in the Art of Abundance. DUI is the hexagram of the lake, to solid lines at the top, to broken lines in the middle, and to solid lines at the bottom. Like a calm lake that reflects the sky, it represents joy, abundance, and satisfaction. DUI reminds us that wealth isn't just about having more, it's about enjoying what you have. If you're always chasing the next promotion, the next sale, or the next investment return, you'll never be happy. DUI is about finding joy in the present moment and trusting that there's enough to go around. A lake is calm and abundant. It doesn't need to flow to be full. It reflects the beauty around it, and it provides water for plants, animals, and people. Similarly, DUI teaches us that abundance is a mindset, not a number in a bank account. It's about appreciating what we already have, finding joy in the simple things, and trusting that the universe will provide what we need when we need it. DUI's energy is about contentment. It's about letting go of the need to keep up with others, letting go of the fear of scarcity, and embracing the abundance that's already in our lives. When we find joy in the present, we're more creative, more productive, and more attractive to opportunities. Joy is the magnet that attracts wealth, because when we're happy, we're more likely to take positive action, build strong relationships, and see opportunities that we'd miss if we were focused on lack. Real story, Nora, 40, was a partner at a prestigious law firm in New York City. She had a 6-figure salary, a big apartment in Manhattan, a luxury car, and all the trappings of success. But she was miserable. She worked 80 hours a week, missed family dinners, canceled vacations, and was always chasing the next promotion, the next big case, the next raise. I thought if I had more money, more status, more clients, I'd be happy, she says. But every time I hit a milestone, I just wanted more. I was never satisfied. I was exhausted, stressed, and lonely. Nora's therapist, Dr. Lee, noticed that she was trapped in a cycle of scarcity even though she had more than enough. You're living in a state of lack, Dr. Lee said. You think you need more to be happy, but the truth is, you have everything you need right now. Have you ever heard of DUI? The I Ching hexagram of the lake. Nora had. So Dr. Lee explained, DUI is a calm, abundant lake. It doesn't need to grow to be full, it's already abundant. It reflects the sky, appreciates the sun and the rain, and provides for others. You need to be like the lake, find joy in what you have. Let go of the need to chase more, and trust that you're already abundant. Dr. Lee suggested Nora try DUI's practices. 1. Gratitude. Every night, write down 3 things she was grateful for, no matter how small. 2. Mindful joy. Spend 10 minutes a day doing something she loved, without multitasking or thinking about work. 3. Letting go of scarcity. Identify the beliefs that were keeping her stuck. D. I'm only valuable if I'm successful. There's never enough time divided by money divided by clients, and replace them with abundance beliefs. G. I'm valuable just as I am. There's more than enough for everyone. Nora was skeptical at first, thought gratitude and mindful joy were just hippie stuff, but she was desperate to feel better. She started small. Every night, she wrote down 3 things: a good cup of coffee, a text from my sister, a win in court. At first, it felt forced, but over time, she started noticing more things to be grateful for. She wrote about the way the sun hits my apartment in the morning, a laugh with a colleague, the taste of my favorite sushi. She also started practicing mindful joy. She loved cooking, so she started setting aside 30 minutes every Sunday to cook a meal for herself. No phone, no laptop, just her and the food. She found joy in chopping vegetables, stirring a sauce, and savoring the meal. She also started volunteering at a local animal shelter, something she'd always wanted to do but never had time for. She found that spending time with the dogs and cats brought her more joy than any promotion ever had. Slowly, Nora's mindset shifted. She stopped working 80 hours a week, set boundaries, left the office at 6 p.m., and took weekends off. She stopped comparing herself to her colleagues who had bigger clients or more money. She started appreciating her apartment, her car, and her salary. She realized she was already wealthy. How to use DUI in your life. Practice gratitude daily. Find joy in the simple things. Let go of scarcity beliefs. Give generously. Key takeaway from Lee DUI: wealth is about purpose and joy. Lee and DUI teach us that the best kind of wealth is wealth with heart. Wealth isn't just about what you have, it's about who you are and how you live. It's about having a purpose that lights you up and finding joy in the journey. That's the wisdom of Lee and DUI. Wealth with heart is the only wealth that truly matters.
本音频由魔音工坊 AI 生成。